It's the Telephone Hour, presenting Nelson Eddy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Telephone Hour. Tonight, our guest artist is the American baritone Nelson Eddy, who appears with Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra. This evening, the Telephone Hour features American composers. And as a salute to George Washington's birthday, Nelson Eddy will sing two songs written during those exciting days when men dreamed and worked to make independence a reality. But now, to open our program, Mr. Eddy brings us a modern-day favorite. From Richard Rodgers' score of Oklahoma, we hear, "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning."
Haze on the meadow, there's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's a climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues, all the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by, but a little brown maverick is a wink in her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way. Like music, all the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree, and the old weeping willows are laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful day.
At the dress rehearsal of Victor Herbert's Natoma in 1911, Mary Garden, the famous star, was given the wig she was to wear in the role of the Indian maid. She was horrified to find that it was curly and refused to wear it, proclaiming, "Who ever heard of an Indian maid with curly hair?" Well, just before curtain time, a new wig was procured, and Natoma, based on the early mission days of California, was quite a hit, wig and all. From this melodic work, Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra play "Gentle Maiden, Tell Me."
Fred Halen works for the telephone company out in Paynesville, Ohio. We first heard about him from his sister-in-law, Gertrude Goovy of Cleveland. She had written to tell us that she enjoyed the telephone hour, the orchestra, the artists, and the little telephone stories in the middle of the program. In those stories, we often talk about telephone people, so it was natural for Gertrude Goovy to write us about Fred. She told us how, before his first child was born, Fred Halen had used his telephone company first aid training to save the life of his wife. She told of his hobbies and community activities, of his garden and his gladiolas. She said that working for the telephone company had meant much to Fred in ways that added up to big, important things in his life.
Last year was a big year for Fred Halen. In June, he watched his oldest son, David, graduate from the Case Institute of Technology, and this year he'll start his second son through college. He's celebrating 35 years in the telephone business. Years that have given him the personal enjoyment and satisfaction that comes from helping other folks in his community.
It was a heartwarming description that Miss Goovy gave us, a description of a man as seen through the critical eyes of a member of his family. We're proud to have men like Fred Halen in the telephone business. You'll find them in your community, too. They are a big reason why your telephone service is so reliable and useful for you.
Mr. Eddy, would you like to give us a little rundown on the composer of your next song?
Why, sure. Francis Hopkinson was quite an amazing man. He was our first American composer, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, poet, writer, inventor, first Secretary of the Navy, and obviously a close friend of George Washington's. And this particular ballad of his is the first American song.
Nelson Eddy sings My Days Have Been So Wondrous Free by Francis Hopkinson.
My days have been so wondrous free, the birds that sing and fly with careless ease from tree to tree were but as blessed as I, were but as blessed as I. Ask the gliding waters if a tear of mine increased their stream, and ask the breathing gales if e'er I lent a sigh to them, if e'er I lent a sigh to
Now, Mr. Eddy, what about the wedding of Miss Duck?
A most remarkable affair. Everyone was there, and the bride wore feathers. Aside from that, Miss Duck comes from the North Carolina mountain country and was probably brought there from England several centuries ago. But even so, the old girl's still a great favorite.
Again accompanied by Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra, Nelson Eddy sings Marshall Bartholomew's arrangement of The Wedding of Miss Duck.
In come the duck and drake, Kitty alone, Kitty alone. In come the duck and drake, Kitty alone, and I In come the duck and drake with the custard and the cake. Rock-em, care-em, core-em down, kitty alone and I. In come the bumblebee, kitty alone, kitty alone. In come the bumblebee, kitty alone and I. In come the bumblebee with his fiddle on his knee. Rock-em, care-em, core-em down, kitty alone and I. In come the old black bug, kitty alone, kitty alone. In come the old black bug, kitty alone and I. In come the old black bug with his whiskey in his jug. Rock-em, care-em, core-em down, kitty alone and I. In come the little wasp, kitty alone, kitty alone. In come the little wasp, kitty alone and I. In come the little wasp, inquiring where to put his hoss. Rock-em, care-em, core-em down, kitty alone and I. What shall the wedding supper be? Kitty alone, kitty alone. What shall the wedding supper be? Kitty alone and I. What shall the wedding supper be? 2 blue beans and a black-eyed pea. Rock-em, care-em, core-em down, kitty alone and I.
Alexander Reinagel, although an Englishman by birth, held a place of importance in the music world of our newborn country and is considered one of the finest of our early composers. Among his more popular efforts was a rollicking ballad opera called The Sailor's Landlady, produced in Philadelphia in 1794. From it, Nelson Eddy now sings America, Commerce, and Freedom.
How blessed the life a sailor leads, from clime to clime still ranging. For as the calm the storm succeeds, the scene delights in changing. Though tempests howl along the main, some object will remind us and cheer with hope to meet again the friends we left behind us. Then under full sail we laugh at the gale, and the landsmen look pale, never heed 'em, and toss off the glass to a favorite lass. To America, commerce and freedom. To America, commerce and freedom. But when arrived in sight of land, or safe in port rejoicing, our ship we moor, our sails we hand, whilst out the boat is hoisting. With cheerful hearts the shore we reach, our friends delighted greet us, and tripping lightly o'er the beach, the pretty lasses meet us. When the free-flowing bowl enlivens the soul, to trip it we merrily lead 'em, and each bonny lass will drink of her glass. To America, commerce and freedom. To America, commerce and freedom.
Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra play next the swift-flowing scherzo from Beethoven's Symphony No. 3 in E-flat, the Eroica. For the scene of his concluding number, Nelson Eddy takes us to the deck of a ship in Meyerbeer's L'Africaine. There, as Nelusco, a proud African chieftain held captive, he sings an aria that has long been a favorite with his admirers. Accompanied by Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra, our soloist sings the stirring Ballad of Adamastor. Mr. Eddy.
Adamastor, loin des vagues profondes, au bruit des vents, s'avance sur les ondes, et que son pied heurte les flots. Malheur à vous, malheur à vous, malheur à vous, navire et matelot. Le voyez-vous, à la lueur des feux et des éclairs. Le voyez-vous, c'est le géant des mers. Jusqu'au ciel, il soulève les eaux. Mort à la pie et la mort sans tombeau. La mort sans tombeau. À vous, la mort et la mort sans tombeau. Vous tremblez, vous tremblez. Voilà vous courdage devant les orages. Sur le beau massoyer suspendu, sur le beau massoyer suspendu. Vous précipitez dans l'abîme qui gronde. Vous êtes perdu, oui, vous êtes perdu.
Thank you, Nelson Eddy. Tonight, Mr. Eddy sang Oh, What a Beautiful Morning by Rogers from Oklahoma, Francis Hopkinson's My Days Have Been So Wondrous Free, The Wedding of Miss Duck in a setting by Marshall Bartholomew, Reinegel's America, Commerce, and Freedom, and the Ballad of Adamastor from L'Africaine by Meyerbeer. The orchestra played Gentle Maiden Tell Me from Victor Herbert's Nautoma and the Scherzo from Beethoven's Eroica Symphony. Next week at this time, our guest artist will be the world-renowned pianist Artur Rubinstein. On succeeding Mondays, you will hear Jascha Heifetz, Brian Sullivan, and George London. If you would like to attend Brian Sullivan's program in Carnegie Hall on March 16th, that's 3 weeks from tonight, send your request to the telephone hour, care of NBC, New York 20, New York, and we'll do our best to send you tickets. Until next week, then, for the music you like with Artur Rubinstein, Donald Voorhees, and the Bell Telephone Orchestra, we remain sincerely yours, the Bell Telephone System.